Rain not opting for the Doomfist on the attack, or at least not really sure of it, as we're kind of hovering back and forth. Maybe having the initial shield there from Hawk just to block any charged shots from Guerrillo, but we'll see if Hawk sticks with it.
Hold up, Lemon. Praise the sun and feast in thanks. Dallas Fuel are playing Sojourn. They're playing the DLC character. They have unlocked her in character select somehow. Never mind.
It's gone.
And it's gone.
And I think
they played Sojourn.
Well, like talking about Dallas Fuel's win condition from Midtown, it's about those picks, and I think like using the Hanzo and stuff is great if you have the lineups, but the charge-up shot, you can't deny how impressive that is from the Sojourn, and Kai is proving that once again, sniping away at the supports, and Hanbin is getting tossed in the bin. So Atlanta Rain will get control of the cart.
Kai, 4 kills in that fight. And I figured that Guerrillo was going to come in to play Widowmaker simply because I assumed if they had a Sojourn plan, they'd be using it everywhere else as well. She's not really limited by the map topography. Alas, Guerrillo still going to continue to take this Storm. I think it is still a good hero, even if Guerrillo has been outdone by Kai thus far.
See if Guerrillo has... I mean, he has no space to work with. He's trying like every door. Door A, death. Door B, death. But finally he has found a corner where he can have some space to get some shots in. But Atlanta Rain are just owning every single real estate. The housing economy problem is because of the Rain. This has been a flawless point A push. Now they have 5 minutes. If Atlanta Rain carry this momentum into point B shift, if Fuel don't stabilize, this time bank is going to get so out of hand.
We need rent controls on the Atlanta Rain space, and we need them now. Kai with an overclock ready to go, but of course no need to use it yet. Venom can just hang out, let the cart heal him up. There's going to be a hostage execution in here as Guerrillo loses for 1 versus 4, of course. Dallas Fuel, they have been fighting as they die, which means they're going to have 5 ultimates ready for this next fight. And honestly, they might need to use every single one of them, Lemon, just to get control of the high ground and force a defensive position where they can bog down Atlanta Rain in those 4 narrow doorways.
Yeah, and if I had to really nitpick at perfection of the Atlanta Rain, they fed like once on Midtown. So as long as they don't feed forehead, I don't see how they lose point B. They have ship control. This power position is insane. Who can really go and contest Kai? Hanbin can't jump up there, and Sparkle can't access it either. So the Rain are going to continuously pummel Fuel into the dirt to the point you have a Simpsons meme of, well, the Fuel are already dead.
Stop, Lemon. They're already dead. Hanbin gonna come in, double healing from Chio, but it doesn't even matter. No frisbee in time, even if it is ultimate. Chio can't even land, and Guerrillo sure does double damage through the Amp Matrix, but in the end it doesn't matter. 5 minutes on the clock for Atlanta Rain, and Dallas Fuel flash back to those depressed cams because I imagine they have only gotten sadder. It's another rotation. Chio now playing the Zen. Fielder on the BAP. Give me that BAP. I can't trust you with that. What's going on in the comms of Dallas Fuel right now? But they have requisitioned this hero from their co-support.
You just need Fuel to win the shield war. Maybe that's what slows down the Rain. But Kai has killed 2 people. He's in your backline, and he almost charged up and ready for a third. He's like slamming his keyboard because he wanted another ace. You got a grab flux from Hawk. He's gonna finish what Kai started. I don't remember the last time Fuel have won a fight, if at all, this entire map. 4.5 minutes, one last fight before the end.
I'm just feeling it right now. Atlanta Rain are so clean with this comp, they could be the mid-season Madlands that we've been looking for. Hawk gatekeeping at this beginning. There is going to be a Reinhardt coming on through, but this means that Kai's going to be pretty untouchable if he can get up onto high ground and can freely charge up the railgun off of that large shield the Rhine provides. Venom caught on the flank by Fielder.
Yeah, it was Venom slept. I mean, there's just so much pummeling happening from the Rain, but at least Fuel killed something. Smile. So are we stabilized? Now Hanbin goes to the Reinhardt just to have a better close-range brawl option, but now that Rain are distancing away, you go back to the Sigma to have at least a ranged shield option. Because with Reinhardt, you need to tussle and tango close range. But who is gonna, again, the question, who is gonna go contest Kai up here? It has to be Sparkle. He whips the pulse bomb, he gets backhanded. Sparkle, go back to the grave. Atlanta Rain won't stop dominating, and Fuel have no point presence. 3.5 minutes for the Atlanta Rain? It's just over.
Oh my goodness. That feels like, this feels like world champion team versus Vancouver Titans at their worst, Lemon.
I thought this was going to be what last match was, to be quite honest. The fact that our last match
This
was
is what we
closer.
thought would happen in Paris versus Glads. And this is number 2 and number 3 from the kickoff clash. Atlanta Reign, their thirst for revenge is all-consuming. And the Dallas Fuel stand in their way, but they may not stand for long. It needs to be not only a full completion, Lemon, but a bloody quick one if Dallas Fuel stand any chance of remaining relevant in this series. And honestly, this is probably going to strike a nerve with the fan base as well. They've come to expect a level of success from the Dallas Fuel that currently is not being delivered.
I mean, this is the stage of the Atlanta Reign. I mean, this is Fuel trying to fit into those shoes that Reign have been wearing since the womb. You got Venom, you sign him as your Tracer, almost one trick, who's now growing into other roles, of course, but Venom is the Tracer superstar. You're throwing Sparkle on that, who flexes to a whole bunch of things, and it's still a good Tracer, but I don't know if really can cough at someone like Venom. And then Kai is like the whole reason you're nerfing Sojourn left and right, because he's just that good at it. So I think Fuel with time can maybe hold a candle to the Reign on this composition, but for now, Atlanta Reign, they're going to dominate, and for a very good reason. Carrillo charged up, going to get a first pick, but you got to hope that it can break through the shield of Hawk first.
I'm pretty sure once you hit 100 charge, it doesn't fall away, so you can just hold on to that for as long as you like. But if it's under 100, it does start to go. Oh wait, no, there it goes. I have been able to play a little bit of Overwatch 2 myself, you know. Ultraviolet taken out by Gurrio, and now Atlanta Reign finally are feeling a little bit of pressure. And if Gurrio can prove themselves to be pretty adept on the Sojourn, maybe there's still quite a bit of hope for Dallas Fuel's other games.
Never mind.
Hello.
Maybe the Genji, maybe for some deflect, and clearly a hero maybe he's more comfortable on. And when the whole house is on fire, you do anything. You try something. And it's better for the Fuel to try something than to go down laying down. And Atlanta Reign, they get wiped away, so the Fuel be able to get the point, and at a similar pace in the Reign, so it's not all over yet.
You know, I'm kind of vibing with the Genji as well. Just being able to get on top of Kai and forcing the supports to split their healing between Hawk and Kai means that Ultraviolet can't keep both up, and that means that you might be able to win that frontline battle where Hanbin should be at least able to draw equal with Kai when it comes to Sigma prowess, right? Like this world-class tier off-tank going up against Hawk, who is in his own right incredibly good at this. Kai, fully charged up beam, looking for some victims. Won't find any this shot.
Yeah, I think you bring up a great point about Genji's verticality and just needing a close-range hero that has verticality, which Tracer doesn't have that verticality. Still able to get on top of ship. It's just a long road to get there. And Sparkle, as soon as he does get close, he will execute. So the Fuel have maybe found something that works for them. They have top ship control, and they have a ton of momentum behind them. So if they win this next fight, they'll be on pace with what the Reign's doing.
Here's Sparkle managing to catch out Ultraviolet. I'm not sure if there was simply no Immortality Field available or didn't believe that Sparkle was enough of a threat, but goodbye to the entire backline. Now the overclock is going to be exchanged.
Graphlix from Hanbin, 3 ults from the Fuel. They know they saved their ultimates for this very moment. They've lost Sparkle, but that's really it. The Fuel in a great position. It's quite expensive, but Raid invested just as much. Raid know how important it is to halt this momentum, but really they're the ones getting shoved back. It's the Raid that have their backs against the wall, and the Fuel advance into point C with just as much time as the Raid had. So the Fuel, under this immense amount of pressure in an 0-2 situation, have found a composition that is making Reign sweat.
And the thing here, Lemon, is that Atlanta Reign, they threw everything into that fight to try and get control of B and bog Dallas Fuel down in the weeds of B. Now there's no real firepower besides what you brought with you to try and stop Dallas Fuel's tirade forward, and momentum at the moment is really going to start weighing in the minds of Atlanta Reign as Sparkle's giving no space for Kai to operate.
Sparkle not making any mistakes yet. Reign keeping Kai as safe as possible. Kai's not even opting for the high ground. Creeps around the corner, hoping to get a charge shot in. Ultraviolet is pretty safe up there too, although Sparkle is going to want to get access, forces Ultraviolet down. No one wants to tussle with Sparkle. No one wants to even get close. Deflection and dash. Kills Ultraviolet before the immortality even came out. OG's 1 HP, another dash reset for Sparkle. He is turning this entire map around for the Dallas Fuel, and I am here for it.
Kai, at least a passing shot means Hawk can survive a while longer without being overwhelmed. For Rally moving forward though, Fielder and Chio have decided that this ends here, this ends now, and the Dallas Fuel will not kowtow to the pressure of the rain.
Wow, just through an 0-2 situation to getting absolutely boomed from the Atlanta Rain to just making a Genji swap to the Dallas Fuel looking like a brand new team. They advance, and guess what? They have more time than the Atlanta Rain. 21 seconds. Defense mod check?
We're learning defense next week.
Oh, okay. Next chapter. Gotcha.
Dallas... It's time for us to seriously consider, though, the potential synergy scenarios between a Sojourn and a Genji. Because we're looking at 200 HP heroes, which means that if you can hit a body shot with the railgun, which with its projectile width is incredibly easy, you're doing 130 damage. A single shuriken from the Genji connecting alongside a dash would guarantee an execution. And I think that that is how we saw Ultraviolet and OG so easily fall so often to the Sparkle dashes, because Dallas Fuel, all they need to do is target focus once they get out that railgun, and they can try and guarantee picks on these squishy targets. But the thing is, you can only do that with the railgun, and it means that you have a more reserved poking phase as well, where Sparkle isn't risking his life to make crazy assassination plays, because they're just like, okay, we're letting Gurio get up to 100, and then I'll make my move.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This also relieves like a lot of stress on the Gurio, who now doesn't have to completely finish off a target, just get them low enough for Sparkle to get the dash reset. And you saw that Sparkle was very measured on his approaches, but Fuel also knew when to carry that momentum and keep pushing, as they got first bloods almost every round. Point B ship phase was no problem for the Fuel, so only a 21-second advantage though. The Rain will be attacking first. They'll be setting up at range through this exchange where the shields and the communication have to be on point. If you're a Sigma and your shield drops, you have to make sure you communicate that your Brigitte steps up with a shield, or that no one is LOSing. So Atlanta Rain have won the shield war. They started to approach, charge shots. Hodman's in the corner. He didn't disengage fast enough when the shield breaks. That's a critical mistake for the Fuel, who have to give up this high ground.
Sparkle. No more deflect, but no more escape and no more life either. Gurio spotted, Kai goes low, but still Atlanta Rain will control the server, control the physical cover, and control the cart, as Fielder has to feed onto that objective to simply force his death at the hands of the Atlanta Rain. Momentum looking good thus far, but already a minute has been burned. Venom's getting critically close to that pulse bomb. That could force out an early ammo field from Fielder if it does connect.
Yeah, Atlanta Rain just went into server and rotated to top right to just pressure and take space away from the Fuel even more. Sparkle, he's taking a lot of damage on the cart, but he's getting pocketed too. So he's keeping that presence for the Fuel to deny this cap from point from Atlanta Rain, but it's too little too late. As soon as Sparkle is gone, so is his objective.
I'm thinking that Sparkle is gone as well. Your ability to contest the cart is heavily limited, yes. Because Sparkle's kind of fulfilling the role of a Tracer as well, in being the one who goes to cart, who gives away their position because it can be recovered so easily. A good block there on the slow orb, but a rally within the ship. This is a dangerous place to be, Lemon, with a gravitic flux.
Well, that was a great disruptor shot from Kai too to zone it off, but Dallas Fuel fighting tooth and nail. Mortis position back, grab flux, rally, and amp matrix from the defense. Rain forced to drop down and play on the cart. Fuel with the high ground. They have the decision on when they want to fight. Hanbin's going to drop on the other side just to contest the cart and not allow Rain to maximize distance as Venom drops into the back. Pulse misses as it's up to Kai to connect on these shots, and he does onto the double jump of Sparkle, and Fielder is gone too. Can anyone stop Kai? It's Gurio in the back, but with so many members of the Rain, Gurio just has to drop to his death, and Atlanta Rain will be capping B.
So no defense? Sparkle.
No defense.
Right. No defense? Sparkle ready to blade with 1 HP. Might even get out of here. Could actually be cut off. Oh no, Hawk has read it. Oh, look at that. The AoE heals. Sparkle will survive. There's some weird hitbox things going on there, Lemon. He's missing. And here's the blade.
Oh, there's the blade right in the middle. And OG trying to hit the bashes. Sparkle's getting pocketed through all of this. Still kills the supports of the Rain. And just like he did on the attack, turns this fight and the whole map around for the Fuel. The Rain, though, won't go down without a fight. On the card, it's a 1 versus 1. Sigma versus Tracer. And this, eventually, the Rain overwhelm Hanbin with the damage, who barely has a shield. He keeps his own life, though. That's important for the Fuel. You lose the fight, but you can win the war at the end. It's overtime for the Rain. Gravflux at the ready. Hawk presents himself as the Fuel scatter. Hanbin is already low. Surely this Gravflux will end him. The accretion gets him on his knees. And Hawk is begging for Hanbin to bark back. But the Rain have lost OG. Limited heals with only Ultraviolet on the Lucio. Sparkle gets chased down by Venom. And this is still a good fight for the Rain. But reinforcements are closer from the Fuel. It's a 3-on-2. Venom, he blinks past the accretion. He gives attention to Chio, who's dangerously low, but the Inspire brings him back up to full health, and Venom cannot keep this going, and the Rain will end this attack right here.
A critical couple of extra meters, though, gained in that overtime scrum, Lemon. Atlanta Rain, with only 2 minutes on the clock, get themselves 2 points to play with, and every single one of them on Gibraltar can be such a defensive bastion. Both of these teams, and it seems like all of their firepower has been front-loaded into the offense here, and Sparkle certainly has been able to get a little bit more done on the Genji, but certainly also a little bit better suited to the offense, where you can make these cheeky plays with the Swift Strike and then be able to get out a lot more easily.
Still a very far push for the Atlanta Rain. Are we surprised? No, they didn't lose a fight on their first attack, so of course I expected this to be quite far. It's just, when was the first fight win going to be for the Fuel? Because if it was on point B ship, then maybe they could have had like a full hold there, but Atlanta Rain, just so much momentum behind them, and even through being shook a little bit by the Sparkle Genji swap, I think Sparkle knows how to play around a Brigitte too, so OG having issues just, being able to shield bash, and Sparkle is getting all the resources too. He drops down to 20 to 40 HP during Blade and doesn't die. Chio's is very good at cycling those packs with him, so Fuel have made the most out of this kind of bad situation.
You're exactly right, but it's down to Chio cycling those packs, because we've got to think about how difficult it is for a Baptiste to be able to consistently heal an aerial target like a Genji, who's often double jumping. Gurio already charged up, of course, being able to spam through. Oh, hello. Prey has been detected. Gurio going to top off the railgun yet again, and then maybe look back towards it, hoping to find whoever dares to poke their head out.
It's just important for these Sigmas to know when to disengage. We said that last time, and Hanbin made the mistake of overstaying his welcome and kind of crumbling that fight for the Fuel. But now it's the Rain that are overwhelmed, but they disengage early enough, and they haven't given up high ground yet. And the longer this fight takes, by the way, the less time that the Fuel have. And that was only a 21-second advantage. Keep that in mind that the Fuel had. So now approaching, using the disruptor shot of Gurio to buy space. They've lost Sparkle, but they haven't given up hope, as now Ultraviolet and Kai and OG all working together as they drop down to get picks as Dallas Fuel emerge from the doorway, and Kai is sniping people like Duck Hunt. So the Rain have stabilized.
And this is one of the, I think this is the first defensive fight win we've seen in a while, Lemon. Ultraviolet, this is a position. A little bit of a scout, a little bit of an informational surplus given over to the Baptiste. And Atlanta Rain now. A huge advantage on the Griddic Flux. That could mean everything, as Kai is going to look for an early hit here with the railgun to... If they could pick off the Baptiste, that would be huge. Guria, the target chosen, but no damage delivered.
It's a good time waste, too, from Kai to just place disruptor shots where Dallas Fuel are coming in from, and Fuel have already lost Fielder. At least you got the rally from Chio, but OG's matching that, too. Fuel maybe playing at a deficit, although Yubi's gone, too. That's a pulse from Venom. It kills Chio, and Fuel, I think they still have Fielder around somewhere, but I think he's on the high ground, so Sparkle's not going to get any help, and that's a good chase down from Venom. Rain have brought this down to 13 seconds.
A little bit of a heartbreaker there as well for Hunbin, who actually managed to rock Hawk out of his flux. Venom going to move away after forcing Fielder to use that regen burst, no longer going to be available for at least a couple of seconds. Down goes the amplification matrix, and that clears a path towards the payload, but now they have to push it, Lemon. Overclock is good to go, but can Gurio work against Kai, who is also ready to throw this many railgun shots out?
Gurio has to go big with this ultimate, but he's dealing with a tank, and maybe that's the recipe to success. Dallas Fuel also can't leave the cart, so they already have a split push going. Dallas Fuel have to take this overtime and run on almost till the end of the map if they want to survive this series. Hawk is getting pummeled and has somehow lived through all of it. Fuel just could not finish off this tank before Venom and Kai made their presence known in the backline. But finally, with Hawk gone, with a Venom removed, or not, I guess his pulse bomb whiffs though. Fuel's still on the card with a number advantage. It's like a 4-on-2. Surely Fuel can't choke this, and I don't think Rain will be able to do much to contest this.
And this is a heartbreaker of a fight to lose, Lemon, because now they're heading up against a Rally, Amplification Matrix, and critically, Dragon Blade. Heading into this point B, Sparkle's going to be able to try and commandeer the high ground. If they can force out an immo field from Ultraviolet, this could be everything. It could be the ultimate that buys Dallas Fuel back into this entire series and maybe back into the good graces of fans here in the mid-season madness.
Good shield bash from Chio to get out of that disruptor shot. He got so low, and Fuel cannot afford a single mistake as Sparkle goes big with the blade, already claiming 1. Rain down 2. Ultraviolet with the Amp Matrix hoping to get the trades. Immediately zoned off by Sparkle. Really good awareness from the Dallas Fuel. That's 1 fight down, maybe 1 more to go before the end of point B. All depends if Rain get back for a ring contest.
Venom's around the back will be able to top themselves up with this health pack here, and Hawk's actually on the Doomfist. The respawns are so long in overtime at the moment, but it takes Hawk so long to get back. Kai has to consider moving on in. Venom draws over Crosshairs, but no one from Atlanta Reign can simply play it, so now it might be a 2-fight frenzy towards the end of point C, but Dallas Fuel draw inexorably closer to victory.
Oh, the shield bash from Chio gets Hawk on his knees, and that's what makes the front line of Raid crumble. But Fielder's gone too. Pulse from Venom onto Hanbin while he was full health. Not the kill, not the execution that Venom needed, but the Rain are still assaulting the backline, and Fuel barely have anyone left, and overtime goes away, and there you have it. The Atlanta Reign sweep the Dallas Fuel.